Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Willem Grimmink. I come here often to Dhaka, and that's not only because we get these great invitations from Mustafiz and his team to be part of this forum. I've been part of the last forum as well, and I want to really thank you guys for organizing these discussions, because I think they're really necessary on the path to decarbonization. Let me then also mention that the next discussion we're going to have will be in Amsterdam. And I'm happy to say that because I am from the Netherlands, and we're happy also to host everybody in Amsterdam in April on the Best of Bangladesh. My name is Willem, I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm one of the founders of One True Value. And my business partner is right there, Jan-Jaap Verboom. We are doing this together, and he's giving me the honor to speak today. I have asked ChatGPT to make a really dramatic photo for the start of my presentation. So there we are, because we're going to talk about the transition from the fossil fuels to low carbon manufacturing. Let me tell you one more thing about One True Value, so that gives a bit of context on what we do. We are here in Bangladesh basically focusing on two things, helping SMEs, small medium-sized enterprises, to grow, and in that grow, greenify or make their operations more sustainable. And we are part of an initiative called the Green Garment Initiative, together with Soulshare and Bestseller, to finance rooftop solar. It gives a little bit of context to the story, but I'm really going to start with this dramatic picture. Using this device. Here we go. Okay, I have another dramatic chart, and that's on the right side. And it shows that the temperatures are rising and that climate change is irreversible. And I know I'm absolutely not the first speaker on this stage to tell you this story. And this story has been told time and time again. Still, I like to mention it because it's an important story to understand. And if you live in a delta, like we do in the Netherlands, you know what severe water events will mean. And I think that if looking here in Bangladesh, the protection against those events is not enough. So really doing something about climate mitigation, climate adaptation is existential. But what I also noticed is that it doesn't really pull the trigger to make manufacturers growing to a more low carbon economy. It doesn't really do it. Now, what could be another trigger? The EU sustainability legislation has really stepped up. We have CSRD, now we have CSDDD. So every brand needs to know what is happening in their supply chain, and they are forced to lower the carbon emissions. And is this then really pulling the trigger for manufacturers, for the supply chain partners to lower their carbon? But there's a dialogue going on, and that's also why I think it's really important to be here to have that dialogue. But because it's really going to be about the question, okay, who's going to do what? And eventually, who's going to pay for it? And that's something that is not set at the moment, and that's where the conversation needs to center on. But does it really pull the trigger? I'm actually not sure. What may be more and more becoming important is really the business case around decarbonization. In the next 10, 20 years, the business case will improve, and you will see that whether the political winds or changes in the environment, this transition towards a green economy is here to stay, is here to survive, is here to dominate. And I think if you look at it from a manufacturing position, you need to understand, okay, how can I bring carbon down while saving cost? And you can save cost, because if you look at it from today's general situation, you need to reduce your carbon if you want to export to the EU markets by 60%, that's a factor of 2.5 today. But if your company is growing, if this industry is going, with let's say 15% each year, that means the factor will double in 6 years. The cost of transitioning to a low carbon economy will be double the price. And that's a simple math, and that math really needs, in my view, make the manufacturers think together with their brands to do something now. So it's time. So it's not only time because the temperature is rising, it's time because you need to comply, it's time because you can save money. So where are the quick wins? So how can you do this? How can you start this tomorrow? Well, in that transition, there are many steps to take, and you cannot take them all today. But you at least can take 2 steps today. So if you look at 100% of your carbon emissions, 70% will come from energy. And in that 70%, 70% comes from electricity and inefficiency. So if you multiply those two, you can save 50%, really starting using renewable energy and get a good information, getting good data on your energy use. So you would say that's a no-brainer. And I've been working in this field for many years, and I also know that no-brainers don't work in this field. So we really need to do something about getting companies into renewable energy. At the moment in Bangladesh, it's about 4% of all the factories using renewable energy. And I've seen a lot of those, because most companies I go to or I get an invitation, they already have solar energy, but it needs to improve dramatically. Let's go to the next slide. So what are the key challenges of putting solar panels on your rooftop? Okay, I'll try to wrap this up. But let me go through this channel. So there's this high initial cost. It costs a lot of money to put it on the rooftop. Access to capital is difficult because the risk perception is high. If they ask me, you're FDI, why don't you come into Bangladesh? Because so much opportunity, you got great opportunities, but the risks are also high. So we need to do something about reduction of that risk. There's profit pressure because I know your margins are small. Taking out money for solar panels, it's maybe not a good idea. It's better to put that in your capacity, in the company growth. And there's this point of shared responsibility that comes with the EU legislation. The question, who's going to do what, and who's going to pay for that? These are the challenges that we need to overcome. But there are also a lot of accelerating factors. There's a lot of government support. This government at the moment is working on a bill to reduce the VAT on solar, and is looking at to improve the net metering the net metering policy. And you will see there are the energy markets are volatile, and this really accelerates the decision to go to renewable energy. Now, what do we do? And that's where I stop before they kick me off the stage. We work together with Bestseller and SoulShare. Sebastian is here to talk about SoulShare later in the panel. We offer a financing solution to solar energy. So we say, we invest in your captive solar energy plant. You pay us a tariff at discount rate. Now, it's hard to beat that proposition. This is creating data. This is helping you also to with the traceability tools, what we talked about earlier today, helps you to slot that in to the compliance demands of your buyers. I have a great video that I would like to show. The video, but it will explain what GGI can do for manufacturers here to go to a low carbon manufacturing practice.
In Bestseller, we have a public target of reducing our Scope 3 emissions by 30% by 2030. And one of the ways we are delivering on that is by building renewable energy infrastructure in our sourcing countries.
If you were a factory owner and you have, let's say, €500,000, you can either invest it in increasing your capacity to produce or in putting solar panels on the rooftop. So then it's the question, where do you get the higher return? So we wanted to ease that decision and say, what we'll do is Bestseller and SolShare form a company which is called Greener Garments Initiatives, or GGI. We install the system on the roof of the factory, and the factory commits to pay us the electricity which is produced from those panels on a monthly basis against a discount. That means the factory cannot lose, because usually they're paid to the utility from the national grid, and they get a guaranteed discount against that while not needing to invest any euro.
You see, the third party is jointly doing it, and you people are helping us. So our investment is, in fact, is just we are providing the place. Here we are in NAFA Apparel Limited roof. Here altogether there will be 234 kilowatt peak of solar system, which will be delivering 287 megawatt hour of energy on an average per year. Over the 20 periods of power purchase agreement life, it will reduce approximately 2,600 metric tons of carbon for the whole factory. So this will contribute on average 20% of their total energy consumption.
We are very happy that Bestseller has come forward with this. We have got 28 factories. We are installing in 4 factories at the moment simultaneously. So we have got scope for other factories as well. And we are very hopeful we can go forward.
This is something very new for the industry. This is totally new for the factories as well as other brands. And from our supplier side, we are getting very good feedback for this initiative.
People will, who are not using this thing, my colleagues, those who are working in other factories, they are coming, they are asking, what is the benefit you are getting? We are also doing, yes, we are getting benefited out of this. And I'm hopeful in the coming days, all will have to go for solar energy.
4 factories are under construction. Hopefully from mid of November, the solar plants will be operational. And another 2 is under process, and recently we have signed another 2 MOU, and some other factories also in that discussion phase. So I think within next 1 or 2 months we will see that some more factories are joining here. The way basically Bestseller and Heartland came forward with the investment for the solar, so I think we can look other revenues also, how we can be a partner of our supplier. So that might be in the water management side, that might be in the energy management side, that might be in the wastewater management side. But we have a lot of opportunities to work together with our supplier.
I just quickly want to say, well, thank you all, and a pleasure to be here. If you have any questions, come to us after the meeting. And thank you. Have a good day.